Long before the age of humanity, in a world born entirely from imagination, there existed a forgotten land hidden beneath endless storms and mountains that touched the skies. There were no cities, no families, no laughter, and no hope. Towering creatures with glowing eyes and frightening faces wandered across the dark valleys. They possessed incredible strength, but their hearts were empty. Every creature lived by one cruel rule: trust no one. Everyone is selfish. In this mysterious world, kindness was considered weakness. Friendship was seen as a dangerous mistake. If someone became injured, others stole whatever they owned and abandoned them. If someone grew stronger, everyone plotted against them. Every sunrise brought another battle, and every sunset ended with betrayal. Fear ruled every heart, and loneliness was the only faithful companion. Among those terrifying beings lived a young warrior named Kael. Unlike the others, Kael often looked at the silent stars above the dark sky and wondered why life felt so empty. He had defeated countless enemies, collected unimaginable treasures, and earned the respect of many warriors. Yet every night he felt a strange loneliness that no victory could remove. One evening, while walking through the Valley of Shadows, Kael discovered an old cave glowing with mysterious blue light. Inside sat an ancient sage, whose appearance was unlike any creature Kael had ever seen. His eyes carried peace instead of anger. His voice was calm instead of threatening. The old sage smiled and said, "You have everything this world admires, but nothing your soul truly needs." Kael frowned. What could I possibly be missing? I am feared by everyone. The sage answered softly, "Being feared is not the same as being loved." Those words echoed through Kael's heart like thunder. No one had ever spoken such strange wisdom before. In a world where everyone fought to survive, the idea of love sounded impossible. The sage pointed toward a distant mountain hidden behind thick black clouds. Beyond that mountain lies the mirror of truth. It never shows your face. It reveals the condition of your heart. If you are brave enough, go there. Curiosity defeated fear. Kael began the dangerous journey. Along the way, he met creatures begging for help after being betrayed by their own companions. Some cried for mercy, yet only moments earlier, they had abandoned others in similar situations. Kael realized that selfishness had become an endless cycle. Everyone complained about betrayal while continuing to betray everyone else. Days later, he reached the mountain and entered an ancient temple. At its center stood a giant crystal mirror. As Kael looked into it, he expected to see his terrifying reflection. Instead, he saw complete darkness. Then thousands of lonely faces appeared inside the mirror, each whispering the same sentence: "Everyone is selfish, because everyone is afraid." Kael stepped backward in shock. The mirror continued, "Fear creates selfishness. Selfishness destroys trust. Without trust, every heart becomes a prison." For the first time in his life, Kael understood that strength without compassion creates only loneliness. He had spent years blaming others, yet he had never trusted anyone himself. When Kael returned to his homeland, nothing had changed. Creatures were still fighting over power and food. Friends were still betraying each other. Leaders still ruled through fear. This time, however, Kael refused to join another meaningless battle. One afternoon, he saw a wounded creature lying beside a frozen river, while everyone walked away laughing. Instead of ignoring him, Kael carried the injured stranger to safety and shared his own food. The other creatures mocked him. "You are becoming weak. You will be betrayed. You are a fool." Kael simply smiled. Days passed, and exactly as everyone predicted, the injured creature eventually stole Kael's supplies and disappeared. The entire valley laughed. We told you. Everyone is selfish." Kael looked toward the sky and quietly replied, "His betrayal defines his character, not mine." Those words confused everyone. Soon another traveler collapsed from exhaustion. Again, Kael helped without expecting anything in return. Then another, and another. Some betrayed him. Some thanked him. Some ignored him completely. But Kael never changed. Slowly, something unexpected began happening. A few young creatures secretly started copying his actions. One shared food with a stranger. Another protected a child from danger. Someone else refused to steal from a weaker traveler. Tiny acts of kindness spread like small lights across an endless darkness. The cruel rulers became frightened. They gathered their armies and declared, "Compassion is dangerous. If creatures begin trusting each other, we will lose our control." Kael was captured and brought before the highest council. The ruler asked, "Why are you destroying the law of survival?" Kael answered calmly, "I am not destroying it. I am proving it was never true." The ruler roared, "Only the strongest survive." Kael replied, "No, only those who learn to stand together build a future." The council sentenced him to exile. Alone, once again, Kael walked into the wilderness with nothing except hope. Yet something remarkable happened. One by one, creatures left the kingdom and followed him, not because he was the strongest warrior, but because he had become someone they could finally trust. Together, they built a peaceful settlement where no one was judged by appearance or strength. Food was shared. Children played without fear. The elderly were respected. Those who fell were helped instead of abandoned. For the first time in that fictional world, laughter echoed through the valleys. Years later, the old sage returned. He smiled proudly and said, "Do you understand the lesson now?" Kael nodded. The greatest monster was never outside us. It was the selfishness born from fear inside our hearts. The sage replied, "Exactly. A heart ruled by fear always believes everyone is an enemy. A heart ruled by courage becomes a light for others." As generations passed, the old kingdom of betrayal slowly disappeared into legend. The peaceful valley remained, reminding every traveler that one brave decision can change an entire world. The greatest victory was never defeating monsters. It was defeating the fear that created them. And the timeless lesson remained. Not everyone in the world will stand beside you. Some people will leave when life becomes difficult. Some will betray your trust. Some will only remember you when they need something. But never let another person's selfishness become the reason you lose your kindness. Your character is measured by what you choose to become, not by how others treat you. Because in every age, even in the darkest fictional world, the brightest light has always been a heart that refuses to stop doing what is right. The peaceful valley continued to grow, but peace always attracts those who fear losing power. Far away, beyond the mountains covered with black mist, the former rulers watched Kael's settlement with burning hatred. They could not understand why creatures who once lived only for themselves were now protecting one another. To them, kindness was more dangerous than any weapon. One night, they gathered a massive army and marched toward the valley. Their leader shouted, "Destroy their hope before it spreads. If they learn to trust each other, our kingdom of fear will disappear forever." The people in Kael's valley became frightened. Some suggested running away. Others wanted to attack first. A few even whispered, maybe everyone was right. In the end, everyone thinks only about themselves. Kael stood before them and said, "The easiest choice is to become like those who hate us. The hardest choice is to remain faithful to what is right. Real courage is not found in revenge. It is found in self-control." The enemy surrounded the valley before sunrise. Instead of preparing an ambush, Kael ordered everyone to protect the children, the elderly, and the injured first. His people obeyed without question. The enemy laughed loudly. "They are weak," the ruler mocked. "They care more about others than themselves." But when the battle began, something unexpected happened. Every warrior in Kael's valley fought not for greed or power, but to protect those standing beside them. Their unity became stronger than the enemy's strength. The selfish army, driven only by fear, quickly began abandoning one another. Soldiers fled to save themselves. Commanders betrayed their own king. The very selfishness they had always trusted destroyed them from within. Watching the battlefield, Kael realized a truth that would never leave his heart. An army built on fear eventually falls apart, but a family built on trust becomes impossible to defeat. After the battle, Kael found the defeated ruler lying alone among the rocks. The once powerful leader looked at him with surprise. "Why haven't you killed me?" he asked. Kael gently replied, "Because ending your life will never end the hatred inside this world. Someone has to break the cycle." The ruler lowered his head in shame. For the first time, he understood that mercy requires greater strength than revenge. Years passed, and the valley became a symbol of hope. Travelers from distant lands came searching for the secret behind its peace. They expected to find magical treasures or powerful weapons. Instead, Kael simply showed them ordinary people helping one another without expecting anything in return. An old traveler asked, "What is the greatest lesson your world has ever learned?" Kael smiled and answered, "The world may often seem selfish. Many people may leave when your success disappears. Some will remember you only when they need you. But never let disappointment turn your heart into stone. The day you stop being kind because others were selfish, selfishness has already